Shabbat, Simchat Torah stuff. We had sent an email out to folks after the session yesterday, like earlier today. We can forward that to you so that you can get
candles. These are
caught up a little bit.
so you can just touch the flame with these matches, or you can use lighter, whatever you.
So if you were not, you may or may not have gotten a copy of the book that we've been also using with that.
And then light the candles, and offer these, and then we'll sing the blessing together. Does that work?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Great.
Definitely different than like the normal Shabbat blessing, but yeah.
Yeah, well, and they like to take care of it as a community.
Yes.
If you feel, by the way, if you feel comfortable that you want to say the blessing because you're accustomed to saying the blessing, then please do. You can add that at the end, definitely.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, maybe
You
I'll
want to
do
do with
it.
her too?
You
Yeah.
wanna do that? Do the blessing on me? Are we gonna do that?
Toward the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some introductory things to do, and then we call you up.
All right.
And it also is it just you who's going to be coming up, or you with your daughter?
I'm not sure.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
She likes to help a little bit too much. So
Good.
please.
She likes the lights. I mean, she can, before the service goes on, she likes to have see the stained glass. All right. How are you all? Good.
Good to see you again. How are you feeling?
Yeah.
Justin's busy here, right?
That's what I'm hearing. Yes.
Right.
That's what I'm hearing.
Sure, absolutely. Excuse us.
No, I'm just gonna look at the light.
Patricia had mentioned that she had where she
Is
wasn't
it steam
getting,
gas?
Yeah.
she had registered for it like previously before the 30 days, and not getting any information about it, things like that. And so, I was wondering, it might have to be after Shabbat, but I wondered if she wants to be involved, should we forward the email that we sent out today to her? And then, do we have extra copies of this?
I think we do. I don't know what exactly they are, but I believe we do.
I think they're in that, what used to be the lost and found cabinet, that's no longer the lost and found
Okay.
cabinet. Cool. I don't know what we call that cabinet anymore.
I don't know either.
Or what's
What's the purpose?
Yes, what is it supposed to?
It was like a will call for the gift shop.
That's true.
I don't know.
Do you know when I'm supposed to give the check to you for the whole night?
Oh.
I can take it.
You think it?
What's happening?
Can you grab my check?
Oh, that sounds so like, you said it in such a depressing way.
Well, you know,
I
It's
could-
depressing, was it depressing thing?
it's actually, I
check?
woke up in the morning,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and
Feel ready?
I think our 14 or 15 guys who are clients right now,
Mm-hmm.
and
You
I
can write it
was
down if you want.
up for.
You want to wait for the video?
About 10 new guys,
Okay.
and it's very uplifting because they are really getting what I'm doing.
Good.
So they think I'm very good at teaching, and they think that I'm a very accessible person, and that I really listen, I really take care, and I really want to make differences in their lives.
Okay.
And apparently I have really good vibes.
Oh, you have a boss over there by
I just
yourself?
thought I have really good vibes, and aura. I have a good aura.
Or obviously,
Yeah.
hi, Shabbat Shalom.
So,
Go over the board. Oh,
So
They can
it's
go get their
very
own.
refreshing.
always go get your own.
It's just
good.
very nice to have, it's just very nice, and they kind of let me stop and think that, basically people like me. I don't think I'm a
really?
person.
Once you do, don't forget to
I
do
don't know,
it.
I haven't figured it out, but people basically like me. And it's very nice.
Sally Fields, where are you?
I really like me, they really like me.
Yeah, yeah.
I want two Oscars.
Yes. Thank you. Oh, my son got that for me. It's at a thrift shop somewhere.
What is it? Is it? Oh, I see what it is. Yeah.
See, you don't see it from afar.
Oh, I thought it
Yeah,
was.
It takes me up a little
So
closer
we need more.
to see him. I think it's
No, it's
really a
gonna
neat
split you
feature of
into-
this talk.
Yeah.
He wants to use the next one.
Oh, different.
I know, right? It's
What
different.
you're trying to explain,
Oh, I know,
describe it to
right?
me.
Yeah, it's the first time.
You're good.
But just the community for cinema for too,
Uh-huh.
a little bit.
So
I
after
told myself,
services,
I'm so
I'll show
proud of
this,
myself, I
I'll show
figured
it
I
to
had
you.
to
Yeah.
I was just like, so proud.
The groups, that's great, the more children know that it's meant to be super usable.
Yeah, it is, yeah, except that it wouldn't. I mean, that's basically
Shabbat Shalom. Please join us online, join us here in the sanctuary. We are here with one another on this Shabbat.
There's a melody that I started to teach before the High Holy Days, which feels, for us, I don't know, maybe like forever ago already. It's a melody that we'll come back to more in the service, written by a colleague and friend, Chava Morel. And so I thought that we would live with the melody a little bit more and meet it again in a little while as well. Do 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 do. I don't know if you knew this, but you can nigun on do do as much as you can on yai lai lai. Do 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 do. Once more, let's live with that part a little bit more. Do 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 do. Yai lai la lai, yai lai la lai, yai la lai 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 lai, yai lai la lai, yai lai la lai, yai la lai 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 lai, yai lai la lai, yai lai la lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai la lai. Yai lai la lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai la lai. Yai lai la lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai la lai. Lai, yai, lai, la, lai, yai, lai, la, lai, yai, la, lai, 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 yai, lai, la, lai, yai, lai, la, lai, yai, la, lai, 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 lai. I think now we've got all three parts at least a little bit in our bones, if not necessarily in our voices yet. Let's try it from the beginning. Do 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 Yai lai la lai, yai lai la lai, yai la lai 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 lai, yai lai la lai, yai lai la lai, yai la lai 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 lai, yai lai la lai, yai lai la lai, yai la lai 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 lai, yai lai la lai, yai lai la lai, yai la lai 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 lai.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom to those who are joining us online and those who are here in our sanctuary. Want to be sure to make note that you need a prayer book tonight, and it's also going to be helpful if you have the program for tonight, because there are a couple of tefillot, there are a couple of psalms and songs in the program. So if you don't have a program here, they're out in the foyer, and online there's a link for those people who would like to to see tonight's program as well so you can follow along. And in addition to Shabbat, we also welcome Sukkot to our midst. You know, the 3 pilgrim festivals are so important to us because we actually have history built into those. The history of Pesach is, of course, our liberation from Egyptian slavery. The history of Shavuot is our revelation of Torah. But after Shavuot, or even before Shavuot, we were wanderers in the desert. And wandering in the desert brought us to build these temporary homes, these little huts, these tabernacles in English, or Sukkot in Hebrew. And so we have this heritage of wandering. And those of you who are familiar with Fiddler on the Roof, you know, Tevye once said that maybe that's why we always wear our hats, because we're always going from one place to another. We're always uprooted sometimes, going, forced into a different place. On Sukkot, we are supposed to make the temporary permanent and make the permanent temporary. We take ourselves, and when the weather is compatible, we move out to the Sukkah. In Israel, they do a lot of that, and other warm weather climates. And we're supposed to leave our permanent home sort of empty for a little while. Just again, to try and understand what it meant to be wanderers. What did that bring to us? And we're not exactly sure, but as we who are unaccustomed to wandering, we who are unaccustomed to an agrarian life, we who are unaccustomed to being outside for long periods of time, maybe we're supposed to have a continual connection to the land and to the roots between lands and to the ties that we make with new people in our lives. So we are here to celebrate this day on Shabbat. And as we create ties with people whom we don't know, we also celebrate the ties among people whom we know. And we know how good it is to be here on this night together. We want to turn to page 128 in the prayer book, and we begin with Hine Matov.
Hine Matov u'manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. 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 Hine Matov u'manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
Behold how good it is to be in community with one another who are here and present online and those who are with us in our lives. And sometimes the Shabbat gives us these opportunities to reflect, to think, to look backwards and to look ahead, and to answer the questions, what does it mean to live? What does it mean to be part of this world? What do the people in our lives mean to us? What do we mean to them? And does it matter where the fact that we are here, does it matter that we make connections with one another? These are existential questions which may not bother us most of the time. But on Shabbat, we have the opportunity to rest and to wonder about our own futures in the world and what living in this world actually means. So we thank God for that opportunity, and we hope that our prayers tonight are acceptable inside and acceptable to the source of power and the source of life in the universe. I want to invite the community to turn to page 120 in the prayer book, and I want to also invite Austin Roney, who is here with us tonight, to help us by offering a meditation and by offering maybe the bracha for the candle lighting tonight for Shabbat candles. And that is on page 120 when we eventually get there. By the way, Austin is, come on up. Austin is here with her family. A week from tomorrow, we have Aiden Yampolsky, who is her son, who is going to be here to become bar mitzvah. We thank you, Aiden. You brought your family with us. We're so glad. And we have the honor of welcoming you to our community on this beautiful night.
Who can look directly into the light? We can behold only a small portion, a fragment of the light. And when that one light is fragmented, the colors of the rainbow result. So let us give thanks for all the colors that are ours. All of them are part of the one light we are all bathed in, the one light that is our fountain of our life. Blessed is the match consumed in kindling flame. Blessed is the flame that burns in the secret fastness of the heart. Blessed are the hearts with strength to stop their beating for honor's sake. Blessed is the match consumed in kindling flame. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitzianu b'mitzvotav l'halek ner Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We continue on page 337. 337. At the top of 337, we offer this prayer as a community. Please join one another. Prayer is not purely an act. All things pray, and all things pour forth their souls. The heavens pray, the earth prays, every creature and every living thing. In all life there is longing. Creation is itself but a longing, a kind of prayer to the Almighty. What are the clouds, the rising and the setting of the sun, the soft radiance of the moon, and the gentleness of the night? What are the flashes of the human mind and the storms of the human heart? They are all prayers, the wordless outpouring of boundless longing for God. We begin Shabbat now, back on page 134. We officially welcome Shabbat and welcome our ability to worship here together with Imcha Uchaf.
Speaking of all things praying,
Yes.
the sea and everything that fills it, the mountains and the rivers, all singing praises.
Yiram hayam umlo,
Yiram hayam umelo,
Yiram hayam umlo,
Yiram hayam umelo,
Tivel v'yoshveva,
Yiram hayam umelo,
Yiram hayam umlo,
Yiram hayam umelo,
Yiram hayam umlo,
Yiram hayam umelo,
Tivel v'yoshveva,
Yiram hayam umelo.
Neharot yimcha uchaf yererererereram Yachararim yiraneinu 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 Yiram hayam umlo
Yiram hayam umelo,
Yiram hayam umlo
Yiram hayam umelo,
Tivel v'yoshveva Yiram hayam umlo Neharot Yimcha Uchaf Yededededededam Yachararim Yiraneinu Neharot Yimcha Uchaf Yededededededam Yachararim Yiraneinu Yiram Hayam Umlo'o
Yiram Hayam Umlo'o
Yiram Hayam Umlo'o
Yiram Hayam Umlo'o
Tevel V'yoshbeiva Yiram Hayam Umlo'o.
Kabbalat Shabbat is, of course, a time to welcome Shabbat officially, if you will, but it's also a chance for us to practice and to begin our voices, to get accustomed to that Shabbat voice that we tend to get, which is both internally reflective and outwardly joyous. So please join us for Lecha Dodi on page 138. We're offering 4 verses tonight, 1, 2, 5, and 9. And at the 9th verse, we'll all rise and face the door as in a way just, again, getting our bodies involved in welcoming Shabbat and honoring Shabbat as she enters here.
Yadadadadai lecha dodi Yadadadadai likrat kala Yadadadadai penei Shabbat Penei Shabbat nekavela Yadadadadai lecha dodi Yadadadadai likrat kala Yadadadadai penei Shabbat Penei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor B'dibur echad Ishmi'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad Echad L'shem ultiferet Velitila Yai lai lai Yada la la lai lecha dodi Yada la la lai nikrat kala Yada la la lai penei Shabbat Penei Shabbat nekavela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha Ki mekor haveracha Merosh mikedem Yesua Zot maaseh b'machshava techila Yai lai lai Yada la la lai lecha dodi Yada la la lai nikrat kala Yada la la lai penei Shabbat Penei Shabbat nekabela Hitoreri Kiva orech Humi ori Uri uri Shir daberi Kevod Adonai Alayich nigla Yai lai lai Yada la la lai lecha dodi Yada la la lai likrat kala Yada la la lai penei Shabbat Penei Shabbat nekavela Boi v'shalom Ateret ba'ala גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, יאי לי לי, יאללה לה לה לי לך אדוני, יאללה לה לה לי לקראת כלה, יאללה לה לה לי בני שבת, בני שבת נקבלה, יאללה לה לה לי לך אדוני, יאללה לה לה לי לקראת כלה, יאללה לה לה לי בני שבת, בני שבת נקבלה.
On page 140, our final Kabbalat Shabbat song tonight, psalm is Mizmor Shir. Again, page 140.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, 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 להגיד בבוקר, בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, בלילות, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור, בכינור, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון.
The teachers of our tradition taught us that it takes an hour, perhaps it took an hour for them to prepare to worship, to get into the mood, to get their voices ready, to incline their heart, to prepare their bodies and their mind so there could be a special union of the two, to prepare themselves to be in the environment they found themselves. Sometimes they weren't always in the same little Beit Knesset, they weren't in the same synagogue all the time. But it also took them a while to come to an appreciation of the fact that they could appreciate all of humanity and the greatness of humanity without demeaning themselves very much, as magnificent creatures who can comprehend both our greatness and our imperfections. Let us enter Ma'ariv. Let us enter these moments of prayer with pride and humility both, for we have accomplished very much in our human presence, and goodness knows we have far to go. So we join one another with Baruch Hu in the supplement now. Check the supplement for tonight's version of Baruch Hu.
These English words were written by the late poet
Stacy Zizik Robinson,
Page 3, sorry.
Aleha HaShalom, who passed away during the early height of the pandemic. And she wrote about how all of us have the power of blessing that comes from the source of blessing, that we can bless one another with everything that we have. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. There'll be parts that we sing together and parts that, if you want, you can just listen. Come, come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come, come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Blessed is the blessed one, blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed is this moment now and every now to come. Blessed is the blessed one. Blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed is this moment now and every now to come. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come, come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses.
On page 149 at the top, let's read together. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows.
El Chai v'Kayam, Tamid Yimloch Aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ari v'Aravi.
Amen. Page 150 at the top.
Another tune from the summer coming back to us. Ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya lai 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 da da da, ya lai 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 da da, ya lai 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 ya da 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 da, ya lai 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 lai. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shofbeinu, uvkumei בחיינו, נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ומצוותיך לעולם ועד. אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ומצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
Page 152.
שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. 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 ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו, לעולם ועד.
Please be seated. We continue at the top of page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We continue on page 158 together at the top, 157 at the top of the page. We read together, 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
And so, friends, there is a tune that is unique to this season, to Sukkot. It's sometimes it's referred to as among a list of melodies called Misinai melodies, melodies that are so storied and so ancient and so venerated that they may as well go back to Mount Sinai. The reality is they were probably written a little bit later than that, but you know. And this is also for Sukkot, sometimes called the Na'anuim melody, literally the shaking melody. It's the melody that is sometimes used when shaking lulav and etrog. And has anyone here already shaken lulav and etrog had a chance this season? Some, maybe, maybe not. We have one here. We might mention that later. But for now, this Na'anuim melody is this shaking melody is so unique to the season. I wanted to make sure that we had it at least once. So we're going to use it with Micha Mocha, but we'll sing it with no words first, just to kind of get to know it a little bit.
Page 158 for the words.
Yeah. Ooh, I need to make sure that I'm singing it right. Yai, lai, 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 yai. Ooh, I'm going to get myself into the key. There we go. Yai, la, 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 lai, lai, yai, la, 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 lai. Try just that. Yai, la, 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 lai, lai, yai, la, 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 lai. Yai, ya, da, da, lai, lai, ya, da, lai, lai, lai. Yai, ya, da, lai, 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 ya, da, lai, lai, lai. Ya, da, 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 lai, 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 lai. Ya, da, 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 lai, 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 lai. Ya, da, 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 lai, 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 lai. Ya, da, 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 lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 ya, da, lai, da, lai. Yai, lai, 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 ya, da, lai, da, lai. Yai, da, da, lai, 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 yai, da, da, la, lai. Yai, ya, da, lai, 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 ya, da, lai, la, lai. Ya, da, da, la, lai, la, lai, la, lai. Ya, da, da, la, lai, la, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 ya, da, lai, la, lai. Micha Mocha. Micha Mocha, ba'ilim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar bakodesh nora tehilot osefele once more. Mi kamocha ba'ilim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar bakodesh nora tehilot O sefele Malchutecha ra'u vanecha Ubokei hayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam Zeli anu ve'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam la 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 ya la 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 ya ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ונאמר כי פתה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל Yisrael.
The rabbis offer us the opportunity to think about what it means to enter into the nighttime, because sometimes the night holds mysteries, it might hold some danger, but it also, with the right combination of a community and people who are here or who are there, we actually find comfort with the community and with people. So on page 160, we continue with Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ושלום מעתה ועד עולם. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים.
During the holiday of Sukkot, we read the book of Ecclesiastes. It's one of the books that King Solomon was supposed to have written. And Ecclesiastes is a very cynical book. It's the book that says vanity, vanity, everything is worthless, everything is vanity. And one of the things that he implies is that the human propensity to study, to reflect, to wonder, and maybe even to be certain of things, he said, all of that is wicked. All of that is evil. He calls it the pursuit of wind. And yet we persist in our humanity. We persist in driving ourselves into uncertain areas and dark places because we want to know the secret of things. We want to understand the world and as it's presented to us. So may our desire for illumination continue to drive us forward, even with the cynics in the world and even with the difficulties in the world. May God continue to allow us to grow into those human beings we are meant to be.
ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ושלום מעתה ועד עולם. ברוך אתה אדוני הפורש סוכת שלום, הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav said something like this. He said, know that each and every shepherd has a melody uniquely their own. Know this too, that every blade of grass has a unique song of its own, and from the song of the grass comes the melody of the shepherd. What is our melody? What is the melody that's going to emanate from the heart? Will it be something that is pure? Will it be something that is disturbed? Will it be something that will be calm? Will it be something that will cause us to think more and draw into ourselves or express ourselves? We just don't know what prayer will do. We enter into a time now of tefillah when we do look inside and we wonder what is going to be our future, what is going to happen tomorrow. And we don't know. But we know that, again, with good companions, with a good community, with people by our side who know exactly what we are like and who love us anyway, we hope that we can indeed have better tomorrows built upon the knowledge and information that we have today. We continue with the tefillah, and we're going to just begin with Adonai Sefat, but perhaps some music first, and I won't invite you to rise for the tefillah as I normally do, but invite you to choose to rise whenever the Spirit moves you, because it will.
Do 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 do. Adonai, Sfatai tiftach, Ufi yagid tehiratecha. 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 Adonai, Sfatai tiftach, Ufi yagid tehiratecha.
Page 166.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Vekonei Hakol V'zocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Hozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah.
The 8.
Ata gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol ata rav lehoshia. Mashiv haruach morid hatal, not quite yet. Michalkel chaim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noflim verofei cholim. Umatir asurim umekayem emunato lishenei afar micha mocha ba'al gevurot umido melach melech meimit umechayeh umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman ata lehachayot hakol Baruch ata Adonai mechaye hakol.
Amen. Page 170.
Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh ukdoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch ata Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Amen. Please be seated. We now are going to enter a time of quiet personal prayer. Use the prayers in the prayer book between here and page 183. And at the end of the silent prayer, there's a part of our liturgy, which is in song here on page 3 in the supplement. And we'll also then go to page 180 in the prayer book. So sort of keep both resources with you.
ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, sukat rachamim v'chaim v'shalom, sukat shlomecha ufros aleinu. As we bless the holy harvest and reap the fruit of toil, we'll bathe our souls in moonlight and sleep upon the soil. As we stand beneath the branches of the fragile web of vines, we intone the ancient melodies, not bound by place or time. Bless the rain, glean the grain, feed the hungry. Sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu. Ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha, sukat rachamim v'chaim v'shalom, sukat shlomecha ufros aleinu. Ufros aleinu.
Page 180 in the prayer book.
Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imeru amen.
Shabbat Shalom. The following were the opening paragraphs in a recent story in the New York Times about one person's experience with the metaverse, the complete virtual reality world created by or brought to us, if you will, by the developers of Facebook. This is what the author writes as her opening couple paragraphs. My 2 young daughters are both crying as I tell my husband that he is on his own because I'm going to the metaverse. Shutting myself in my home office at 7 p.m. on one Friday, I put on Meta's $399 virtual reality headset, the Quest 2, a bulky white visor loaded with all manner of cameras, microphones, speakers, eye displays, and sensors. When I power it up, the cries of, "I want mama to do bedtime," fade away, and they are replaced by the sounds of a gentle breeze and birds chirping. And I am mystically transported to a mountainside villa. I turn my head and I gaze at the horizon over there at a distant river and the golden sky dotted with hot air balloons. This breathtaking spot, which I can change like desktop wallpaper, is a glorified lobby where I choose an app to load. And the story goes on. Such is the current state of affairs with virtual reality, with VR. So when this medium first became a thing, this is one of the early iterations, right, of one of those VR mechanisms. So you had a place for your mobile phone, which would connect right here, would snap into place. Maybe some of you have this, I don't know. And then you go off with earbuds or headphones, and you could have your own virtual reality, even without as expensive an item as she said, a $399. So I wanted to share with you something tonight, because the time of Sukkot is our opportunity to invite into our sukkah, mystically speaking, those who came before us, our ancestors, our matriarchs, our patriarchs, people who came before us. And so, while the author of that Times article is searching out the metaverse in her context, I'm going to offer or find maybe some virtual interactions of my own with virtual heroes of the past. This is not as easy as it looks. And I guess I would take my phone or put some device up that I would be able to see. And I see. And it's wonderful. And I see Abraham. Sarah, what are you doing here? What, me? I'm just someone from one of your descendants, maybe. One of the people who said to my own family, who are my ancestors, and you are my ancestors. Yeah, we are people who are descended from, from you, from the people of Israel that, Israel? Well, that's the place where we're standing right now. We're standing in the land of Israel, and Abraham, Sarah, your grandson is going to be named Jacob, and he changes his name to Yisrael, which, as you know, can figure out, it means the one who fights with God. And we are descendants from you. Don't you get that? We are descendants from you. I'm sorry that I'm not wearing the proper robes today. These are different clothes, yes. But it's so good to be here, part of your land. Thank you. No, I'm not going to join into the harvest activities today, but I appreciate that. And thank you for the offering of food. You're such a hospitable couple. We really appreciate that. Well, that was an interesting adventure. I didn't understand that. Let me try another one. Oh, Your Majesty, Queen Esther, how wonderful it is to see you here. Thank you. I wanted to thank you for saving our people. Our people, your people. You saved our people. You did. You really allowed us to be free. You saved us from that religious tyrant. Haman? 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 Yeah, we know about that. How did we know about that? Well, hold on. We read it in this. We read it in the Bible. This is a Tanakh, see? And this is Hebrew. You read Farsi? Oh, okay. Well, this is Hebrew, and we read Hebrew in English too. That's a language that'll be developed in a couple thousand years. And we read about your history. Now, of course, you being a fictional character and all, no offense intended, but we read about your story, and we read your story every year because we want to be inspired, and we want to have courage in order to face the enemies in our day. In our day. Remember our day? Well, I'm from a different land from yours, although we're meeting here in this beautiful place. Is there still anti-Semitism in Persia? Well, that's really a complicated question. I'm not exactly sure how to answer that, except to say that there are so few Jews in Persia today that it's such a small minority that I don't know if there's anti-Semitism per se, although I've heard that there is severe anti-Israel. That's the land of Israel. You know the land of Israel. There's severe anti-Israel feelings in Persia. But I do know this, that things have been up and down in that country. But recently, over the last 40 years or so, they were taken over by a religiously intolerant religious majority. And they really subjugate the people. In fact, I've heard that just last week, there was a terrible shooting and they killed a lot of people who were just demonstrating for human rights. So you ask if there's anti-Semitism. There's so few Jews that we don't know. But we are inspired by those stories that come out of that land sometimes. Today it's called Iran, but it is Persia. And again, we are so happy that you were able to say, oh, you have to go? Yeah, I know, I understand. The king likes his parties to start promptly. Thank you for spending some time talking with me. I appreciate that. Goodbye. Oh, wow. You never know what you're going to find in these things, right? Let's try one more, because things always come in threes. Basia, Herschel, Abraham, Sarah, my grandparents. What are you doing here? I know. What am I doing here? I can't tell you. But I want to thank you. I want to express my gratitude to you for coming over on those boats. Now it's 125 years ago that you came over to this place. You helped us create a country of freedom. You helped us be free people. Yes, there is a lot of anti-Semitism still today. You left the pogroms. And we are dealing with anti-Semitism in our country that you know about. You lived through some of that. Now, I haven't spoken to any of you that I can recollect, although I do know that Herschel and Sarah, you were both alive when I was born, so I probably met you, but I was a baby back then, and I don't recall. But your influence allows us to be free people. Your exciting example of leaving a place of torture and a place of pogroms and coming to this land allows us to try to be free in this country. There is a lot of prejudice here today. It's not just against us Jews. It's against people of color. It's against LGBTQ. Those are people of different sexual orientations and genders. I know you don't get that. That's okay. You're from the old country. No offense. But that wasn't a concern back when you were alive, or maybe it was and people just didn't speak about it. But there's a growing white nationalistic movement in this country that it's not like Germany yet. We does feel that some people want to go toward a fascistic kind of way of living. But yes, we are so happy to be your descendants, and we're so grateful that you helped establish our family, like so many other people established families in this place. And we thank you, and I know you have to go now, and thank you for visiting with me today. Who knows, perhaps the 4 of us or the 5 of us will meet in some other virtual reality universe at some point in the near future. Like I said, you never know what you're going to see when you enter the metaverse. And I'm not recommending you do. One of the things that article talked about was the fact that people who don't sit down when they have these experiences can actually fall. They can run into a wall. They get physically ill if they're not sitting down and settled when they have those virtual reality experiences. So one does need to be careful about that. But the custom of inviting guests to your sukkah, the custom of ushpizin, we call it, is a very ancient custom. Ancient, it's a number of hundreds of years old. But it allows us to do one important thing. It allows us to express gratitude toward the people who came before us, and whether they are our biblical ancestors, who are our intellectual forebears, or whether they are our personal relatives whom we invite into our sukkah. We celebrate with them and tell them and ask them to accept our prayers of gratitude and the way that we have made it in our lives, or the way that we're trying to make it in our lives. It's all connected. It's all very important. We are connected with our harvests. We are connected with the land. We are connected with expressing gratitude for all of those things and the good values that really we get from those people who came before us. I don't know how many people in this sanctuary tonight or those joining us online have a sukkah at their home. But when you invite your ancestors into your sukkah, it fills, it builds, and it makes the place quite warm, even on chilly nights like this. Shabbat Shalom. I want to invite everyone to turn to page 371 in the prayer book. Now is our opportunity to offer prayers of healing and wholeness for people in our community, or people not in our community, who are ill on this night, who might be in the hospital, who might be at home recovering from illness and surgery and therapies galore. We don't know the healing ways of God so much, but we do know that when people who are ill understand that a community is praying on their behalf, that raises their own spirit and allows them to heal that much better, if that is indeed their destiny. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes we know that there are terminal illnesses in the world, and we still pray for a wholeness for that family who goes through those moments of illness and those times of grief. Tonight, we have close to 100 people that we are offering prayers for on our Temple Bethel healing list, and although we're not going to read those names, I do want to offer you all who are here in our sanctuary the opportunity of sharing names, if you like, with us, of people who need special prayers of healing. And you can tell them that we offered prayers on their behalf, and I hope that that helps. So if you would like to offer the name of someone who is in need of such a prayer, we invite you to do so.
Those who suffer from mental illness and are wounded warriors.
Karen Evans.
Miriam bat David ve'anat. Ruth bat David ve'anat. On 371, at the middle of the page, that indented section, we continue with Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
I'd like to invite Justin Yampolsky to join us up here for just a moment. Justin is Aiden's dad, who, again, Aiden is going to become a bar mitzvah next Shabbat morning, a week from tomorrow, and Justin is here helping us lead the Kiddush tonight. So if you'd like to follow the Kiddush, please turn to page 123 in the prayer book, and we offer this Kiddush led by Justin, and we'll all join in and have that opportunity. Sure? I will. We'll help you out. Just hold it. It's on. Just hold that really close to your mouth. Very good. Here. Yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Baruch
Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher Kedeshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu nu, Keshapra kodo, v'hava u'ratzon, Yismeilanu, Zikaron me'lahasei, v'reshit, Kehu yom techela, lemikra kodesh, Zechir tzayat, mitzrayim, Kivanu v'achara, v'itonu keidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodeshecha, v'ava u'v'ratzon, inchatanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ashat
L'chaim. Chaim. And a pre-mazel tov to Austin and Justin. Congratulations on this wonderful day. And Aiden, congratulations to you. Pre-congratulations as we anticipate Bisha'av Tovah on this wonderful week when you've come to the Bima as a bar mitzvah, a week from tomorrow morning. Our service continues on page 586. We continue with Aleinu, and we invite you to rise. Page 586.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'teit gedula le'yotzer b'reishit, shehu noteh shamayim ve'yosed aretz, u'moshav yikaro, b'shamayim mima'al, u'shchinatu zo b'govhei meromim, u'Eloheinu ein od, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
May be seated. We read together on page 589. Let the time not be distant, O God, when all shall turn to you in love, when corruption and evil shall give way to integrity and goodness, when superstition shall no longer enslave the mind, nor idolatry blind the eye. O may all created in your image become one in spirit and one in friendship, forever united in your service. Then shall your realm be established on earth, and the word of your prophet fulfilled. Adonai will reign forever and ever. On page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
Zecher Tzadik Livracha, may the memory of the righteous always be a blessing. At this moment, we remember those who died in recent days and those whose Yartzeiten occur at this time, the anniversary of their passing. We remember them, the way they influenced our lives, the way they elevated us, and now it is our responsibility and time to elevate them and keep them in our memories. If you are tonight joining us in mourning or observing a yahrzeit, we invite you to rise as the name of your loved one is recited, and then you'll be joined in a few moments as all of us recite together the mourner's Kaddish. These are those whom we remember with love. Those who died in recent days connected to members of our temple. We remember Rebecca Son, niece of Holly Jelinek and a friend to so many in our community, and Jane D. Johnson, grandmother of David Hollander. We also remembering these Yartzeiten. In continuing dedication to their love, we recall Leona Bernstein, Steve Etzkin, Joni Gill, Toby Goldstein, Teresa Hirschberg Goodfriend, Harry J. Goodman, Meyer N. Hasden, Sam Klein, Irving Cohn, Rose Landweber, Fred Leiser, Jean L. Linderman, Howard J. Pillay, Anton Peidelstein, Merrill Pittleman, Dr. Joseph Preisler, Thurma L. Princer, David Rasnick, Rudolph Rosenberg, Irving Schauer, Lucille Shapiro, Rosalind Kramer Seniko, Carol Seniko, Frida Citrick, Edith Salganic, Harriet Spector, Sylvia Thal, Stanford Thal, Max Turkheimer, Shirley S. Wagner, and Haskell M. Waldenberg. There may be other people who you are remembering tonight, members of our worship community whose names were not on our Kaddish list. And if you would like to add names to this list, we invite you to do so.
Ralph Gantz.
Anita Solomon.
Other people we should be recalling tonight? Zichronam livracha. May all their memories become blessings in our hearts and the hearts and minds of all those who knew and loved them. Testifying to the faith that binds the generations of our people together, we now invite you to rise, and on page 598 is the Mourner's Kaddish, which we offer together as a community. Page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach li'alam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru. Amen. May God send peace to all who mourn and comfort those who are bereaved. And we say, Amen. Please be seated. In a few moments, our service will conclude, and when it does, we are invited out to an Oneg Shabbat tonight, this evening, sponsored by Aiden Yampolsky and his family, on the occasion of his upcoming bar mitzvah a week from tomorrow. So again, b'sha'at tova, hoping the next week is an excellent one for you and your family. We want to thank you all for your gracious hospitality tonight in sponsoring our Oneg Shabbat. Thank you so very much. And join us a week from tomorrow morning at 10:30 here in our sanctuary as we worship with Aiden and his family on his bar mitzvah Shabbat. A few other things to announce tonight. And thank you to Austin and Justin for coming and offering yourselves during our service and presenting the candles and the Kiddush blessings. Thank you so very much. Let's see, a couple of COVID announcements. First of all, we do encourage the wearing of masks for those of you who are indeed with us in the building for worship events and meetings. Vaccinations and boosters are strongly recommended for everyone 6 months and older who is eligible, and especially the boosters newly approved, the bivalent boosters, recently approved by the FDA and the CDC. If you test positive for COVID within the next 5 days, we have a request, and that is we ask you to call to let us know. Anonymously, we're going to let people who attend this service know that they were perhaps exposed to someone with COVID. But we only know to do that if you all sign in on the contact sheet, which is out on one of the round tables in the foyer. So if you'd like to be contacted in case someone reports a diagnosis, a positive diagnosis, please leave your name on tonight's contact tracing sheet there. Tomorrow morning, there will be Torah study led by Steve Olson. That will be online and in person here at Temple. So you can register online to get the Zoom link for that, or just come tomorrow morning. Torah study begins at 9 o'clock, as it always does. Tomorrow evening at 6:30, Muddy, which is our junior youth group, is having a kickoff event for their program year, which is a bowling night. I think it's out in Middleton. So check the website if you have young people, or if you are young people who are interested in going bowling tonight with our junior youth group. Please join us for that as well. Sunday is a major day here at Temple. Sunday evening begins Simchat Torah, our celebration of the concluding the Torah and beginning it again. So Sunday we have all kinds of activities. Sunday at 11 a.m., we're inviting our religious school families, that is our religious school students and their loved ones who bring them here, to come and join us in the sanctuary as we begin an hour-long celebration of Simchat Torah, and that'll be concluded by a nice little bit of a lunch, so please join us for that. Sunday afternoon at 3:30, our Torah study group is celebrating 40 years of continuous Torah study with a special siyum, that's a Hebrew word for culmination, which has the implication that we're also continuing Torah study, and of course we do. So join us here at 3:30 in the afternoon for time of study, time of reminiscence, and then there's a little l'chaim after that. And our community-wide Simchat Torah celebration then kicks off at 5:30 with Yizkor, service of memory. For each of our 3 pilgrimage festivals, we have that. And that's followed by a service, and it's followed by our own dancing with the Torah here in our sanctuary, and reading the end of the Torah and reading the beginning once again. So please join us for that. It's going to be a really wonderful day. So many activities. There's something for every member of our temple family. Can't want to add anything to any of that?
Not necessarily about that. I think it will be just a wonderful opportunity to really just bring an end to, I mean, the year is technically already started, but the High Holy Day season continues up until that moment of renewing the Torah cycle, and it'll be that wonderful moment of opening the whole Torah scroll and offering a chance for us to really feel that we're going into this new year together.
If you can imagine the Torah scroll held vertically and opened up completely in a big circle, mostly in this room and a little bit into the social hall, that's what we're going to do on Sunday evening. So come and join us for that. If you've never seen it, it's pretty amazing. So we hope you can join us for that. And I think, and a week from tonight, we have Shabbat Midor Lador. We have a musical Shabbat at 7:30. So please join us for that. And of course, next Saturday morning, worship is at 10:30 as we honor Aiden and his family. And we're so proud and privileged to be able to do that. Whew. Our closing tonight will be on page 663.
So there is a reference to Sukkot in the Torah. In the Torah, they don't actually call it Sukkot necessarily. They just call it the Chag, the festival. They talk about having Sukkot, but it's just referred to as the festival. And the time is also referred to as Zman Simchatenu, the time of our joy, the time of our rejoicing. And so there's this reference in the Torah that says, V'samachta b'chagecha, and you will rejoice in your festival, in your Sukkot time, in your festival time. V'hayita ach sameach, and you should try to be only joyous, only rejoicing in this time. V'samachta b'chagecha v'hayita ach sameach v'samachta b'chagecha v'hayita ach sameach. Once more, v'samachta b'chagecha v'hayita ach sameach v'samachta b'chagecha v'hayita ach sameach v'samachta b'chagecha v'hayita ach sameach v'samachta b'chagecha v'hayita ach sameach. Yalalai, 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 lai, 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 yalalai, 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 lai, 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 lai.
ושמחת בחגיך, והיית אך שמח, ושמחת בחגיך, והיית אך שמח, ושמחת בחגיך, והיית אך שמח, ושמחת בחגיך, והיית אך שמח. יא לה לה לה, יא לה לה לה, יא לה לה לה, לה 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 לה, יא לה לה לה, יא לה לה לה, יא לה לה לה, יא לה לה.
Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach. Join us for all these great holidays. And if you'd like to offer the lulav and etrog, it's right here. Come on up. That smells great.
Congratulations. I'm so excited. It's wonderful.
I'm Linda Berman. We've been communicating. So all of